This was one of the more interesting season finales that I've seen in quite some time. We had Mushoku Tensei last weekend, and with JJK ending today, that kind of leaves us feeling empty with the technical spring season coming. But we're not here to talk about that. Today is the day that Nobara flexed her abilities. She flexed her intellect, her battle skill, I should say. As you scroll through the Twitterverse, you notice that, or just social media in general, you notice that a lot of people like to downplay Nobara, seeing as she hasn't really done much yet, but she's contributed a lot more than what people would expect. And she demonstrated that today. Her and Yuji's team up was absolutely ridiculous. My homie Greed told me about it, and I was just like, there's no way that it's gonna be as sick as the Yuji and Todo team up. That set the standard to me for team up attacks. And it did not disappoint. It overly exceeded my expectations. But before we get into that, what's going on, everybody? xDomoSenpaix here, and I would like to thank all 300 of you that have came and subscribed to the channel. It means just that much to me. You guys take the time out of your days to come through and watch my videos, and I really appreciate that you guys acknowledge the effort that I put in to make these videos throughout the week. I've said it before and I'll say it again. We are on the road to 3,000 subscribers. So if you are new to the channel and have yet to subscribe, make sure you go down below, hit that subscribe button. It's really helpful to me on my road to making this my actual occupation. So the more that you guys show up, the more of you guys that show up, the more we can actually make this dream a reality. But let's start from the beginning of this episode, because we are still battling those curses from last week. And I'm just here to say, Yuji really got some speed feats, bro. Being able to not only carry somebody, but run damn near at the speed of fucking light is absolutely insane. It makes me wonder just what is Yuji's workout regimen, because he was jumping to the 3rd floor of the school building in the first episode without Sukuna, right? But just how capable is this character? As soon as they land, they get pincered by the curses, and they end up getting caught by this decay curse, which is supposed to eliminate them immediately. But this is when Nobara steps in with her shit. Nobara hits him with the resonance skill. She notices that they don't like pain, so her technique turns the curse on the user, right? It's ridiculously dope. So if that dude did not release his technique, they were fucked. So since that curse used this technique on Nobara, Nobara was just like, well, I can flip that on you, so not only am I gonna feel the pain, but you gonna feel the pain of your own shit. And I think that was a sick way to turn the tables, right? That just shows you how strong Nobara really is, that she's able to endure that pain while dishing that pain back onto the curse. Yuji starts putting the pause on these motherfuckers, and Nobara realizes that since he has Sukuna in him, Sukuna is unaffected by any curse. So in the midst of Yuji just beating the dog shit out of this curse, he sensed that his brother was in danger, so he just let it go. So that in turn led to one of the coldest team attacks I've seen in a minute. Do you see this image that I have on the screen? Ridiculous. And Mappa, I can't say more about Mappa than I've said in recent history, right? In my recent videos. They're ridiculous. You can tell they really care about Jujutsu Kaisen, like they really like it. And then Nobara basically splits this curse in half. You seen the snap? Put a hole in them. We all know that these sorcerers have a bit of crazy in them, and what I mean by these sorcerers, I'm just talking about Yuji, Nobara, and Fushiguro. They all have some sense of crazy. We seen the last episode with Fushiguro, and now we see it this episode with Nobara. It's the yin and yang, man. I like how expressive they make these characters. It 100% adds to the charm of JJK. The other curse took the initiative, used the distraction, and hopped on that car and got the hell out of there. What made this hilarious is that Yuji was chasing down the car. This is what I mean by his speed feats, right? Like, just how fast is this guy? And then from across the highway, Nobara uses her skill again and basically knocks the curse off of the car. And Yuji enters the zone. We've all seen the zone, right? Kuriko, the zone. That's the anime that put the zone on the map, at least for me. And this curse ends up like his brother getting a a hole blown in him. Geto, Choso, and Mahito all feel it, right? They all are just like, oh, well, looks like your brothers are dead, Choso. What made this scene rather interesting was they received a report. We all know there is a snitch amongst the crew. Somebody is reporting all of this back to them. Reporting all of this to Geto specifically. And the question is, who is it? Mahito was excited to learn that it was Yuji and his squad. He knows what Yuji brings to the table. The scene with Yuji and Nobara walking back, I believe they were on their way to find Fushiguro, was pretty touching and pretty telling because Yuji felt shitty because he's seen that one cursed dude crying, and killing somebody that can actually feel something, it kind of put a burden on Yuji. Nobara not as much because she said, you know, we're sorcerers. This is what we're here to do. Regardless of the situation, this is what comes with the job. And Yuji just, I don't know, man. Yuji just wasn't feeling that, right? This also brought something to my attention is how they go from Choso hearing about his brothers dying to Yuji actually caring about their death. It makes me feel like Choso may eventually end up fucking with Yuji, right? I'm making this inference based off all the anime that I've watched and all the manga that I've read and the tropes that you see and all that jazz. That's just my brain doing what it does best. Being a detective, an anime detective. It was hilarious that they thought Fushiguro was dead. I mean, we knew Fushiguro wasn't dead. Bro was just asleep. Y'all remember that scene when Shikamaru was under the genjutsu? Yeah, right? That's what this reminded me of. Fushiguro did not want Yuji to eat the finger, but Sukuna ate it anyway. That shit was hilarious because it was unexpected. You did not expect Sukuna just to be like, hi, I'm up, bow, eat. But this leads back to the traitor talk, right? After Gojo gets off the phone with Iori, it's interesting how he brings up, like, you know, he doesn't want to expect one of the students to be the traitor. I can't really pinpoint who the traitor could be. Only one that comes to mind is Noritoshi because, you know, his lineage was brought up while that fight was going on with the curses. Like, that's the only one I can think of. But I don't think that's the case. Maybe, maybe not, we'll see. But even with all that being said, we see Mei and we see Todo talking with the headmaster, and they recommended that the students be promoted to first grade sorcerers, which was pretty sick, right? I expected that from Todo because, you know, him and Yuji are brothers. Well, you know, brothers. But for Mei to say that was rather interesting. And what was that money that Gojo gave Mei? What was that for? We'll eventually find out. But Gojo ended up calling the squad, letting them know, yo, we got a mission and it's top secret. So that's setting up for the Shibuya incident, which I'm really excited for. That sets up for the backstory that I'm really excited for. But not only that, we also have a movie coming in the winter season. The potential is between December and February, which will lead into Jujutsu Kaisen coming back that spring. Potentially. How satisfied were you guys with this season finale? Like I said, this was Nobara's time to shine. This was one of the best team ups of the season. I thoroughly enjoyed all of it. This season was packed with nothing but great moments, great character development, great world building, ups and downs and twists and turns. It was all over the place, and Mappa absolutely killed it with the animation. They destroyed it. So let me know how you feel about this episode in the comment section below. Also, let me know what you thought about Jujutsu Kaisen in totality. Are you guys looking forward to Volume 0, right? Volume 0 being adapted into a movie. Mind you, I have not read any of this. I'm looking forward to actually going to the theaters to see this. If you guys are new to the channel, do yourselves a favor, go down below, hit that subscribe button, support your boy on the road to 3,000 subscribers. I'm trying to be the greatest anime content creator ever as far as putting things together, as far as great audio, great visuals. I'm trying to give you guys the work. So definitely help support your boy. I'm gonna make a video in regards to hitting 300 subscribers. So look forward to that sometime this weekend. As always, it's your boy, XDomoSenpaix, and I will see you guys in the next video.